Hey everyone, it's Autumn. Today I'm going to do a really quick review on the Dior Sundeck Quint. This came out with their summer collection, and I think it was like transatlantic. What does it say? It just says Transit Edition, I guess. I don't know where I was coming with that. But anyway, their summer collection came out with two quints. One was a more blue toned quint, and then you have this one that's more of like a very warm orange tone quint. I chose this one because I really kind of go more towards neutral colors anyway, and I wasn't quite sure how much use I would get out of a blue quint. These retail for about $61, and I know for sure that this is still available on the Sephora website, but you still also might be able to find it on Nordstrom or anywhere else that, you know, sells Dior. So I've been testing this for about a month now. I bought this quite some time ago, and I just haven't had time to make a video. If you want to see more detailed swatches and pictures of this up close, I am going to make a blog post of pictures that I took and swatches that I did when I first got this. But as you can see, it's been used quite a bit because I've been using it several times throughout the month. I am wearing it today, and towards the end of the video I will cut to the part where I was just kind of dusting them all over my eyes. I find that with this, I don't like to really separate the different shadows. I guess like a lot of the times I will kind of like deepen the crease with like a darker shadow or something like that. I find to get the really pretty bronzy look with this particular palette, just kind of dusting all of the shades and swirling them together really gets the best result. And I use this shade right here as the all over base shade, and then I use this to kind of line a little bit. And then these three shades are the ones that are kind of swirled together throughout, you know, the lid up into the crease and then blended out. So I really find that I get a really good look that way. I kind of vary it up each individual day. There are some days where I put this one down first and then bronze it and then put this over. It just really depends on the day, and they do slightly turn out different depending on which one you put down. So I want to go ahead and talk about this shade for a minute. A lot of people, when I see them swatch it or review this, I don't know if they're very familiar with Dior shadows or what their expectations are from Dior, but they were complaining that this is more of a sheer shadow. And I can kind of see how some people might want a more opaque shade, but I find that the purpose of this shade is to kind of just even out the skin tone on your lid and lay a nice base. If you have something that is super opaque, especially mixed with these shimmer colors, it's really going to muddy up your look. So I find that this does a really good job of just evening out the skin tone on your eyelids and not being too much. It's not chalky, it's really buttery and it's soft, but as you can see, it just is a sheer shade. And then when I put it on like this and then it's blended out, it's just a sheer shade that just evens up the skin tone. So a lot of Dior shadows are that way, and I've mentioned it before that Dior kind of has a way of being buttery and pigmented yet sheer at the same time. A lot of their shadows are not opaque. You might get one or two opaque shadows out of the bunch when you get a quint, but kind of the purpose is just to kind of let your own skin shine through and then to add a little bit of color. And that's what I really like. I don't want my eye to look painted on. I really like a beautiful, subtle amount of color. They blend evenly. I'm not saying that they're not pigmented, but they blend really evenly, and they just give that really gorgeous effect to the eyes. So I am going to go ahead and swatch these for you now, but just know that on my blog there are going to be much better swatches, and I will have that linked below. So I already swatched this one on that finger, so I'll just stay with that finger. And then that is like the apricot rose gold color. I'll do the bronze on the pinky. And then the orange on this finger. And then I will do this color, which it looks like a deep dark brown, has a hint of purple to it. So here you go. Here's all the shades. I'm not quite sure how well you'll be able to see them. That's just kind of like an idea of what they look like. And I will swatch them here on my hand. I'm sorry, I'm not very organized. I haven't done a video in a while because I've just kind of been gone. So here you are. So here are all the shades on the hand. As you can see, they're just very smooth and creamy. It's not like you need a lot of product to build it up. There's not a lot of fallout. They're just awesome. And this is the kind of shadows that I prefer. I mean, if you're looking for super opaque, kind of painted on, like super, like Urban Decay shadows, this isn't it. But to me, these are way better because I get so much fallout with Urban Decay. Sometimes I find that I get too much pigmentation with Urban Decay and they don't quite blend the way I want them to, and so I have to use a lighter hand. I feel with these, it's just perfect. So I highly suggest this. It is still available on Sephora. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the part where I do what I have on my eyes right now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with the look, and the first thing I'm going to do is go in right here with this shade, and I'm just going to sweep it all over. This is the only matte shadow really out of the bunch. The orange one is kind of matte with a little bit of glitter, like a sheen to it. And then the really dark burgundy one seems to have a bit of a satin to it. But this one is a matte. A lot of people were complaining about this particular shade not being pigmented enough. But I think for laying it as a base, you don't want to fully, I guess, white out your eye. So it's just the perfect amount of color, but still sheer enough for it to look natural, and it just kind of evens out the skin tone on the eye. And I think that's kind of what Dior had intended. A lot of their matte shades are like that, to where they give a wash of color without looking too opaque or chalky on the eye and looking unnatural. So I have the white all over the eyes, and now I'm going to go in with this really pretty apricot shade, and I'm just going to kind of dust that onto the lid and up into the crease a little bit. So now on top of that, I'm going to go in with the bronzy shade and dust that right over top. I like to mix these together and kind of layer them on top of each other for a more complex look. I find that with this particular palette, you can definitely section each color off and then blend, but I find if you kind of layer these and then blend out, it gives for that more natural, effortless, smoky, like summery bronze look. So just a little bit of that onto the eyelid as well. Okay, now I'm going to dip into the orange shade, and again I'm going to layer that all over the lid up to the crease over top of the other shades. I found that when I was using it at first, I first got it and I thought I would just kind of warm up a shade and bring it up into the crease. I could really notice that it was separate, and I wanted a gradual color. So I really just like layering these. Like I said, I think it's just a lot more natural. I'm going to take a blending brush now and just kind of blend everything out and up into the brow bone, so it just looks more natural. And now I'm going to dip back into the brownie bronze shade and put it kind of just in the outer region here to kind of deepen it up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to jump into that brownie shade again, and I'm going to mix it with the apricot shade. And then just kind of run it along the lower lash line. Alright, now taking this deep shade that we really haven't used yet, which to me looks like a really deep purple. You can't really tell, it looks like a brown, but it's definitely a deepish, like purple sort of brown. And I'm just going to run that along the base of the lash line on the outside of the lashes right over here. I'm going to go in, blend it out a little bit more, and then I will see what else I feel like I need to do, if I need any color to even anything out. I'm just going to sweep the apricot shade over the entire eye once again, just to add a little bit of that sheen. Alright, I'm going to jump off here, curl my lashes, and finish the look. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the look. I did, obviously finish up my makeup. If you're kind of curious as to what I have on my face, I'll do a really quick rundown. On my skin, I'm using the rest of my Smashbox Photo Ready BB cream. My mascara, I'm using the CoverGirl Clump Crusher in the shade Brown. I kind of find that with these kind of looks, when you do a brown sort of sun-kissed bronze eye, I find that brown mascara actually looks better than black mascara, at least on me. For my blush, I am using, let me get it out here. I am using the MAC Casual Color in For Your Amusement. It's this bright pink, and then over top of it I did put NARS Deep Throat. And then that is what is on top. For my eyebrows, I just use a Clinique quick liner for eyebrows, or whatever it's called. It's just a Clinique brow pencil. On my lips, I use my Too Faced lip liner, the Perfect Nude lip liner, along with the CoverGirl pencil balm. I'm sorry I'm not showing you the products, but I find like it takes too much time, but this is what is on my lips along with the Too Faced lip liner, and this is in the shade 255. I don't know the name of it because they're gone. And that is everything that is on my face. Oh, bronzer. For bronzer today, I did use, and I think I'm about to trash it, my Sonia Kashuk cream bronzer. The lid broke off. Let me be careful with it. And it's like this. I prefer the Chanel one. I'm just trying to use this up and I'm almost there. So anyway, that is everything that is on my face. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!